All right. Welcome again, everybody. Haven't attended the last two tech talks, so I haven't uploaded also anything. Let's start with this one. I'll upload this one and the one before that afterwards. Who wants to start? One by one, please.
Okay, I'll start really quick.
Thanks.
So lately I have, the LATAM team has been working on the new family, Grande. And this family includes a couple of new things, like a new component that Javier Tara could talk about. And it also includes video background on the cell. This is like a short clip that loops over and over. It first starts off by loading the regular image of the cell, and then depending on whether or not you have this promo video data, it will try to load the video, and once the video is ready to play, it will fade the image away and start looping the video. For now, we're going to start with one cell that has that capability, but eventually, once we have this done and merged, anybody's welcome to add the functionality. Basically, the way it works currently is just if you add a surface view to the background of your cell, if that surface view exists and the correct data exists, then it will attempt to play the video. That's about it for me. That's what we have been working on for the past few days.
But what is the feature from a product's perspective? What is it trying to achieve?
Basically, it's just a look and feel. We're trying to mimic something that several apps have already, but this is specifically, like, if you look at the Fox Now app, it's just trying to achieve something where, like, you have a little preview of whatever show you're promoting. So I don't know. You could just imagine that it's like if you're promoting a movie at the top of the app, it will just loop a small clip of whatever VOD item the person can select.
Okay, understood.
Javier, which player did you use?
Yes, I used your EXO player, which I'm glad that you added.
Okay, cool, great.
I did not use your wrapper because I needed a very, first of all,
you don't need to use the wrapper. You don't need to use it. The wrapper is just for the player.
Yeah. So I just used the standard EXO player implementation with the simple, they have a simple EXO player constructor, and then I mute the soundtrack, for example. We'll release, I guess, like a little documentation on like what we suggest the video should be. Obviously, you don't want to put a very long video on the cell. You don't want to put videos on every cell because it's going to destroy performance. So we're going to release kind of a guideline on how you should use this feature and how we are using it for this.
Any example for this? Like maybe you can send us a link to this app and we can check it also.
Yeah, we'll be working on it. I mean, we got to deliver it soon, so we'll have something for you, I don't know, in the next 2 days. And I will also be merging the code soon. So yeah, just give me like a day or two and I could send out in the Android channel or in the general channel just an example of what we did.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay, cool. Who's next? We can go one, but yeah.
I mean, I was working related to what Javi says. So yeah, so myself, mainly working as well with Grande for all the sales tax and everything that we're doing. And then, as Javi said, there is a new component that we are creating for the family that I'm actually adding it on the code base for the generic. It's a button component, so it's just pure button, nothing else. The thing that the button will do is to be able to open any given screen or so any screen or how's it called, or schema view, for example, for opening the APG or something from that button. So it's pretty simple component. And one of the things that we could look in the future, I don't know if you, Gil, and the sub team has that in the pipeline at some point, but especially for adding new components for the UI, they actually make it much more pluggable, because there's quite a lot of changes that you need to do internally. And you need to change like the composite component layout and a few other actually classes. And, so it's not trivial to just, as adding, like a plugin or something like that. So, but anyway, I got it already working, and then I'll push the code soon. And that's pretty much it. So we have a pretty tight delivery, so I'll be working with that during this week. So maybe help Alex as well with the family interface things now that I'm actually here in Miami. So.
All right, good luck. Moving on. Who's next? We still can't hear you, Anna.
Now?
Yes, now we can.
Yeah, that's funny. So basically, we've been working with Ruben on a background refresh, and I have to say I found very useful the architecture components. They are very easy to attach, and they are very easy to use on the components level. So we can actually measure then the life cycle of the activity on a component level or fragment. Doesn't matter. And it's already in a fragment, and it's already in the activity. We just need to attach to that.
So did you get to play with it a little? I'm
just playing with that, and it's super easy. You just attach to that, and you just say, okay, I will be observe or on pause or on resume or whatever you want to observe, and it just works.
Okay, but you do need to add the library dependencies and that sort of things, right?
No, I mean, yes.
Where does it come?
Yes, for the annotation, yes. Yes, for the annotation, we need that.
Okay, but the code itself, where does it reside?
It is in the activity, and it's in a fragment.
But it's part of the support library?
Yeah, it's part of the support library.
Okay. And one last question: does it require update of the support library to support?
No, it's already there. On every single fragment, you can call get lifecycle, or of any single activity you can call get lifecycle, and you can just call .add observer, and you're adding the object which just implement the interface, and that's it.
Okay.
What is this feature that we are talking about?
So this is something new in the Android SDK, relatively like year.
Like, what are we trying to achieve?
Okay, so basically we are trying to do the background refresh, and with the background refresh, we want to refresh the stuff the stuff on a component level, on a component cell. So whenever the app is in a background, we don't want to refresh the UI. And actually, in my opinion, we shouldn't call HTTP as well every minute when app is in a background, because it's pointless. So we should refresh that whenever the app is resumed. But because we are having that on a cell level, we don't have access to the life cycle. and this is why I've added.
Yeah, I'll just give it a broader context. So the app we're showing displays a screen that displays live channels, live programs, and the screens needs to be able to refresh so that the user doesn't see programs that are not relevant anymore. So there should be a refresh capability. The thing is, when the question is, when do you do this refresh? Only when the app is active and not in the background, that sort of thing. So now what Anna is searching is for a solution that the app does not try to refresh the UI if it's not visible, if it's in the background.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Anna.
So just for example, like if the app now returns from background, so the components will be refreshed, like now, or?
So it's only applied to the refreshable. This is extended Atom feed, which gives you expire date. Okay, so it's not applied to every single component. It's applied only to the one which should refresh.
Okay. Thanks.
That's right.
Okay. Next, do we have Merav? Are you here? Merav is left. Okay. Okay, I'll talk to about what Merav is currently doing. She started a very important task, infrastructure task of updating our Gradle builds to Gradle plugin 3.0 that was released together with Android 3.0. With Android Studio 3.0, sorry. It is based on Gradle 4.0, and the reason why we wanted to do this fix, also for improving our Gradle builds, but it was initiated because the developers in ProSieben already updated, and we're having build issues there. So we decided to take this infrastructure task to the EU team. It was in Zap's backlog, but we pulled it from there and we started working on it. So yeah, it's a procedure that involves a few changes to the Gradle file itself, because there are some things that have changed in the way Gradle does things, and the syntax is different. And Merav is currently working on the manual that Google published about how this should be done. And she is in sync, or she should be in sync with Gil. Gil, you're in sync already with what's going on?
No, not yet.
Okay, so probably she is still doing the step-by-step process, and she'll get you involved very soon.
Yes.
Yeah, we're following the guidelines there. Yeah, and that's it. We hope that we can finish this task in the next week or so, and then do the necessary changes in the on the server side to create to create the Gradle files properly, and on Zap side. And that's it. Once we have it ready, and I assume everybody already updated to Android Studio 3.0.
But what do you mean the server side Gradle files?
No, sorry, I meant Zap side. I didn't mean server. The changes in Zap to produce the Gradle files.
You mean in what Zap? You mean in Rake? Zap doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the Rake changes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. So we just started. Hopefully it will be a
heads up. The only thing, I actually tried to do it just quickly once, and the issue that I had it was with the view pager, that we have that weird like view pager somewhere. Well, not weird, but we have this really old view pager implementation somewhere. I don't remember what exactly. I don't know if it was the SDK or something like that. And anyway, that was causing some pains with the new Gradle. I don't remember.
The view pager indicator library?
A what?
The view pager indicator library?
Yeah, it was the one that we have. I don't remember which one it is. So I presume it's that one. And
it was a very old one.
Yeah, it's a pretty old one. So that one, I had some issues with Gradle, and I stumbled upon that issue, and then I didn't continue doing it because I didn't have the time to actually do it. But anyway, so heads up with that.
Thanks for the heads up. Maybe it'll be a good time to finally get rid of it, but we need to see how we can carefully do it. Let's see. All right.
I think only the feed is using this library. We should remove it. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to check.
Wait, but maybe the problems are not in the view pager itself. Maybe the problem is are on our side. There was a very weird setup. The view, basically, there's a loop. The view pager is submodule in Applicaster SDK, but the view pager uses as dependency the Applicaster SDK. So you need to be careful with the tags and everything. It's like you need to create the tag in the Applicaster SDK after you already pushed the view. So maybe that was the issue.
Ruben, you sound like 50 Cent.
Okay, anyway, thank you for the heads up, Javier and Ruben. We'll look into it probably when Merav gets to it. She just started the task, but we'll see when we get there.
I would have laughed, but it hurt.
It's okay, Ruben. Everybody laughs in your name.
Say if he sounds like Vader.
Yeah, it also has a sore throat today, so it just adds to it. All right. Thank you. Moving on.
Okay, maybe I will go next. So I worked on a bridge between the React Native to the data source plugin. So basically now what we did is to, if we have a React Native article or plugin, or I don't know what, so we used to make the API calls in the React Native. And we're basically making the same API calls in the React Native part and in the data source plugin part, because we want the same metadata. So I made a bridging between the React Native to the data source plugin. So if you are using a React Native project, you don't need to load and make API calls to the client servers. You can use the data source plugin if you have one. That's all. It's still not merged. It's in a development process, so I will update you when I will finish it.
All right. Who is going to review this code? Because obviously it has...
Francois is making the pull request, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Probably it has influences on one of our apps at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it will be merged in the... I'm waiting also to the iOS part. So I hope it will be this week. And that's all.
Okay. Thank you. Next. Hani, Gil, Alex?
I don't have much to update. I'm still working on the navigation epic. Hope next week I will be updating about it.
Cool. Hani?
Not much. I've been working on the So Yummy app and still have an issue there. And that's it. I merged the change in with the player contract, as I post you in an Android channel, and that's it. That's it for me.
Right. Thank you. Alex?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Sorry for the voice, I just woke up. So I will, over the weekend, one of the Javiers found a problem in the family implementation. So I was working to fix it as fast as I can. I think it's in most components it's resolved. I'll keep working on it today. So I don't know whether we should postpone the presentation or still do it, knowing that there's still a little problem and it's not 100% workable. But pretty much it's going towards the finish. I've also corrected that action mapper, the icon setters that we had. I managed to reduce the XML code like 3 times at least. So I was reusing a lot of code for that. I mean, that's pretty much all on my side.
Right. Nice. Atanas?
Two things. One of them is the player analytics. It is if you want to have player analytics defined in a somehow narrow sense, like for providers like ProPeak. This is a new interface that is not base analytics, so it lives separately and it doesn't inherit from base analytics. It also has its own util in the SDK, and it is also logging. It is using the logging mechanism, which was very generic, and it was easy to make it support player analytics as well. It has only 4 events, 4 methods. This may change, but in BroadPeak, you only need those. Behind the scenes, it's communicating with the player. In our case, it's the Squadio player, but they also have a generic library. And I think they're part of a bigger effort about player analytics. So this is one thing, and the other thing is Android TV. I added support for premium and free badges to the cards on Android TV. And currently I'm working on a login screen for Android TV, which is a plugin. But it's interesting and challenging as well. This problem wasn't solved even by the big players because you have this, and you need to enter your password with it. So it's challenging. Yeah, I'm gonna continue working on this.
Right. Okay, thank you. And I think last we have Ruben. If we can actually hear you.
I'll skip.
Okay. Ruben decided to skip. All right. I think that covered everyone. Is there anything else, guys, to say, to add, to think about? All right. Zoom is now showing me a message that I'm a basic user and I have only 40 minutes. So we didn't exceed that. It's okay. I guess that's it. Thank you, everyone. I'll upload this to YouTube and see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.